With the 8th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Michael Penix Jr.
Well, there it is.
Quarterback.
What the hell was Atlanta thinking? That's the question on fantasy gamers' minds after the 2024 NFL Draft. Things look promising after securing Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million deal in free agency. After adding several ancillary receiving options, the team was still short one more elite weapon in the passing game. When the Falcons were up in the draft room, Rome Odunze and several high-caliber options were still on the board. Atlanta opted instead to pick quarterback Michael Penix. Before we dive into what this means from a fantasy perspective, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Why was drafting Penix a mistake? For starters, they now have $180 million tied up in Cousins. Instead of having an electric receiver like Odunze thriving under Kirk Cousins,
what a catch from Odunze!
Penix will be riding the bench for the foreseeable future, wasting valuable years on his rookie contract. The offseason started off on a positive note, replacing failed head coach Arthur Smith with Raheem Morris. Morris brought in former PFF quarterback analyst and Rams passing game coordinator Zach Robinson to head up the offense. A former quarterback with a background in analytics and experience coaching under Sean McVay sounds like a recipe for fantasy football success. But while the coaching staff seems promising, the front office continues to make unforced errors. They recently bragged about passing on legendary coach Bill Belichick after a conversation with Robert Kraft. The Patriots owner allegedly trashed the man who led the franchise to 6 Super Bowl wins. Belichick's friend Michael Lombardi summed the situation up best.
You don't want him, no problem. But to sit there and say that he wasn't at least in the top 3 coaches you considered shows your stupidity.
So where does the new look offense stand? Having weapons like Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts in addition to an O-line that PFF ranks 2nd in pass blocking efficiency sounds hard to screw up. Ancillary receivers Darnell Mooney and Rondale Moore were also added in free agency and would have been better supplementing a high upside option from the draft. While Bijan and London have shown flashes justifying their first-round tenders, Kyle Pitts has been slowed down by injuries as he enters his 4th season.
Kyle Pitts, their standout tight end, was expected to be out indefinitely.
Beyond his 1,000-yard rookie season, the tight end has underwhelmed, leading many to question his potential upside. So who should we target in fantasy? The Falcons have been hyped to the moon this offseason. That hype has seen wide receiver Drake London push to the top of the 2nd round with a 15.9 ADP on Underdog. ADP is now pricing in a best-case scenario of Kirk Cousins successfully recovering from his Achilles rupture and elevating London to an elite status. London will be entering his 3rd year and has yet to crack 1,000 yards in the season. Understandable given the state of the Falcons' offense in recent years.
Desmond Ridder, and I don't think anyone was in the area or zip code.
London's targets may increase up to 50% in the 2024 season with a massive upgrade in quality to those targets. But an early 2nd round price tag may be too high a price to pay. I'd rather take him in the 3rd or 4th rounds. Darnell Mooney at an ADP of 156 or Rondale Moore at 218 make more sense if looking for value on the Falcons. Mooney showed some upside in Justin Fields' rookie season, cracking 1,000 receiving yards. While there are plenty of Rondale Moore truthers out there, the small but speedy receiver has never delivered. Kyle Pitts has been struggling beyond his 1,000-yard rookie season. Poor quarterback play, a torn MCL, and Jonnu Smith all played a role in limiting his potential. He's got 6 career touchdowns on just 149 targets in his first 3 seasons. Cousins will be a massive upgrade for the tight end. We saw TJ Hawkinson transform into an elite receiver with Cousins and finish 2023 as 4th in receiving yards despite missing 2 games with an ACL tear. He also led the league in catchable targets and air yards per game thanks to Cousins. Unfortunately, the hype behind Atlanta this offseason has inflated Pitts to the tight end 6 in ADP, making him more expensive than fellow tight ends George Kittle and Evan Ingram, to name a few. While Pitts makes sense in Falcons stacks, his inflated ADP has sucked all the value out of drafting him. Kirk Cousins' addition to the roster helps the receiving weapons, but what does it do for Cousins himself? The QB has thrown for 4,000 yards in 7 of his past 8 seasons, including the past 3 together with Justin Jefferson.
Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson pulled it in! The catch of his life!
While London is set up for the best season of his career, he has not shown the type of upside we've seen out of Jefferson. This offense has to be considered a downgrade for Cousins on top of coming off an Achilles rupture. Currently priced as the QB 18, Cousins fits as a QB 2 option. Before we move on to Bijan, let's get you some free money. Sign up for an Underdog account using the promo code SEEK, and they will match you 50% of your deposit for up to $250 in bonus cash. For context, that would be 10 free entries into Best Ball Mania. The player with perhaps the greatest upside this season is Bijan Robinson. The second-year player flashed upside in his limited opportunities.
I just felt my ankles break over up here. Oh my goodness.
His 214 rushing attempts were 19th in the league and kept him under 1,000 yards in his rookie season. On the flip side, he was the number 2 running back with 86 targets in the passing game.
Ritter flips it, Robinson has it, and he has a touchdown!
He was also number 2 in drops. Assuming a competent coaching regime, Bijan should be set up for a year 2 breakout with an increase in touches. Given the elite upside and lack of running backs with similar opportunity potential, Bijan is fairly priced at his 5th overall ADP on Underdog. Tyler Algier will continue to compete for touches, but the new head coach had some high praise for Bijan, signaling an increased workload.
The sky's the limit for a guy like Bijan, and you got to go out there and win football games. That's what he can help us do.
Overall, the Falcons started off with a promising offseason, but some questionable decisions by the front office have put the season back in doubt. Apart from Cousins, free agency was underwhelming after Arthur Blank promised fireworks. Now, after one of the worst drafts in recent memory, it's hard to put much stock in the Falcons from a real football standpoint. Bijan and London are set up best for fantasy success, but that success is already priced in. While Bijan is still draftable, it will be difficult to spend a high second-round pick on London. Kyle Pitts will need to drop in price before he's draftable. Meanwhile, Mooney may be a decent flyer in the later rounds. That's all for now. Subscribe to the Heat Seeker Sports YouTube page for more of these videos, and make sure to hit the like button. 20 likes will trigger the next one. Until next time, thanks for watching.